Good day, everyone. Welcome again to our class for today. It's all about the practical research 2. Right now, nandito na tayo sa topic 4. And now we will be talking about the problem and its background, identifying inquiry and stating the problem. So right now, we will be talking about problem and its background. So before that, bago tayo magsimula, I'd like to ask, how are you, everyone? So, all section, from section Algiers down to Denmark, Cairo, and what I mean is kanang Astana for the PVL. Do your research well. So, I have already presented different topics. Actually, this not be the topic 4, but ang ginawa ko, nagbigay ako ng ibang way, yung mga ways of making or crafting research. So, ito talaga ang main topic natin. The topic, yung iba is topic lang yun. Right now, we'll be talking about problem and its background. I know na naisabit ko na sa inyo PowerPoint nito, pero I need to present it first para naman may mga idea kayo talaga on how to make problem and its background in your research, because this thing is very important. This part of the research is very important, because without the problem, without the background of the problem, or without the background of the study, parang nawawalan ng mukha yung inyong mga research. So very important to have this. So take it serious. Tapusin natin itong recorded na ito from the start down to the end. I-explain ko ito ng maayos at maigi sa inyo para may mga matutunan kayo. Take note that after ng pre-recorded ko, meron talaga akong kasunod na quiz na ipopost ko naman sa Google Classroom. No? So, let's start our topic. So, our topic is all about problem and its background, identifying inquiry, and stating the problem. So, our learning goals is identifying inquiry and stating the problem and its background. After this discussion, you are expected to have the ability to state research questions first. Second is to write a research title, which is some of you has already have your research title, but almost of you did not submit already your research title. But okay lang, walang problema, kasi hindi naman din kayo mabibigyan ng grado ng inyong preliminary exam kung walang research titles. Then describe the background of the research. You will be describing the background of the research. Yung background kasi, mas kilala natin itong backbone, no? So, kailangan natin malalaman talaga iyon. And cite benefits and beneficiaries of the study. Indicates the scope and the limitations. And present a written statement of the problem. Yan yung mga learning goals natin today. Stating the problem. How must a research problem be introduced in the paper? Paano ba natin i-introduce? Ano ba yung stating the problem? The stating the problem is the thing or is the way on how we introduce our research problem to our, sino man, yung ating mambabasa or our readers. So, paano kaya? Chapter 1 is the introduction. Introduction, it is the background of the study, the statement of the problem, significance of the study, and scope and the delimitation or the limitations. So before that, we will be distinguishing among topic, research problem, purpose, and research question. Tingnan natin ang pagkakaiba nitong apat. So, first, let's talk about topic. Ang topic is a broad subject matter addressed by the study. ang topic na tinatawag natin, ito yung, kumbaga, it is a broad, or this would be the study. Ito yung subject matter of the study. So, yan yung topic. For example, we will be talking about the senior high school mathematics. So, in senior high school mathematics, makikita natin dyan na ang topic natin is all about mathematics in senior high school. Now, when we talk about research problem, so from the word itself, problema, no? We'll be talking about research problem. A research problem, a general educational issue, concern, or controversy addressed in research that narrows the topic. Ang research problem na tinatawag, it is the issues or the concern na related doon sa topic. No? So, very easy to understand. Now, for example, low grades of senior high school students in general mathematics. So, general mathematics is the topic, and the problem is the lowest grades of the students, of the senior high school students. So, that should be the research problem. Pag we talked about purpose of the statement, so purpose, why do we have a research? The major intent or objective of the study is used to address the problem. This would be our major intent. Why do we conducted the research? No? Very easy to understand. For example, to improve the grades of the senior high school students in general mathematics. That would be our major objective. To improve the grades. That's the reason why we conducted research. And, panghuli, research questions. Kung may problems, may problema sa research, may tanong. It narrows the purpose into specific questions that the researcher would like answered or addressed in the study. In this time, the research question will ask the purpose of statement. How? No? Paano? Anong gawin? So, eto na. Can peer tutoring improve the grades of senior high school students in general mathematics? So, yan. Yan yung pagkakaiba ng ating topic, research problem, purpose, research questions. Now, let's talk about seeking a problem. Kasi nga, eto, tandaan palagi. Palagi ko na itong sinasabi, ng pagre-research ay paghahanap ng problema or to improve the current research. Or shall I say, yung mga tapos na research. So, seeking a problem. Una, what are good resources of researchable problems? Unang-una, maghahanap ka ng problema. Ano kaya ang problema? May mga sources ba ako nito, ng mga problema ito? Una, theories to be validated, extended, or modified. In seeking a problem, guys, always take note that there should be a theories na dapat nating i-validate or pwedeng ma-extend or pwede man lang i-modify. No? So, that is a point of seeking a problem. Pangalawa is other study, particularly through research recommendations. Kasi ang lahat talaga ng mga study, at the end of the day, meron niyang mga recommendations. Tingnan mo. Recommended doon. Gumawa ka ng research about bakit, ano kaya ang mga reason behind bakit low yung grades ng mga senior high school students. Ano kaya yung reasons? And national or international trends or situation to be described or improved. Saan siya? In seeking a problem, we need to consider also what would be the national or the international trend.
Kasi, for example, you're talking about ano kang mangyayari kaya sa mga business natin ngayon considering the fact na merong COVID-19, hindi basta-basta makalabas. So, there should be a economic loss in our nation right now. So, that's it. So, describe or improve. No? You need to describe it or maybe to improve. Next is number 4, real life problem, issues, experiences, or situation of the senior high school students. We talk about senior high school students. Yung mga real life problems, kasi senior high school kayo, we're talking about senior high school. Yung ano mga problema natin ngayon, considering the fact na mayroong COVID-19, we're not able to go to school. So, pwede natin puntahan yung mga problemang ganon. So, yung wala pang mga titles, yung iba meron na kasing title, yung wala pa, consider this 4. Yung 4, yung mga theory, yung mga other studies na nakikitaan nyo ng potentials, na ay yun pala, kulang. Na may uban nga, may mga iba kasing na research na hindi na, tingin nila, okay na, pero hindi pa pala. So, naglalagay sila ng recommendation. May mga national or international trends or issues right now, considering the fact na may mga pangyayari, may tsunami sa Taiwan, what could be happen? O meron namang, weather conditions, so STEM, you can do research about this, what happened. O, di ba? It could be possible, mga trends, real life problems, issues and concerns sa ating mga sa sarili nating buhay, sa senior high school students. So, ganun siya pwede. Now, let's frame the title. On how to frame a title. This is the thing on how to frame the title. What are the standards in writing the research title? Una, a research title must list key variables. Unsa ba siya? Kung maghimo tag title, kung gagawa tayo ng mga research title, kailangan nakalagay lahat ng mga variables. I have already talked the variables. Sabi ko na to sa inyo kung ano itong mga variables na to. Kung paano maghanap ng variables, ano ba ang variables, diba? So, list key variables. Ano sa mga key variables? This is how to frame. Lista mo lahat. Academic performance, a modular, flexible learning. Diba? So, ilista mo lahat yun. Mga variables man yan sila. Then, be written in scientific or technical style. Scientific. Kanang nindot pagkabuhat. Sunod, be concise. No more than 12 words. Or 15. 15 tayo. Be concise. No more than 15 words. And non-repetitive. Balik-balik ka. Sometimes, mag-ingon na dito. Karabuta asa tong title. Kuan pod, kanang balik-balikon. Ayaw pod kulangi sa 12. Ayaw pod pasubrai sa 15. Kaya mas nindot man ang 12 to 15 lang ang imuhang research title. Kaya dili kayo taas. Kaya una din ba makitaan sa imuhang mga respondents ang imong title. No? Next is reflect senior high school students context. Reflect sa sarili nimo sa senior high school. Kung unsa na siya. Magamit ba nimo or dili? So always take note kay tungod ang gwapo manggod nga research title kanang ikaw mismo dili nimo kinupya, ikaw mismo nahitabuan ana nga problema. Kumbaga affected ka na nga problema. Kay ma-feel nimo ba? What I mean is pwede mong pasukan kung ano yung sinusulat mo doon sa research mo. Kasi ikaw yun. Walang iba doon. Ikaw yun. No? So, that's what I said na kung pwede, huwag kayong magpagawa. Kayo mismong gumawa ng mga research ninyo. Kasi pag kayo ang gumawa, guys, wala talagang problema yan. Ang dali po ng research. Kasi alam nyo, kayo ang gumawa. Kayo yung nasa story ng research. Buhay ninyo ang nasa research. Yung kumbaga, ano talagang nangyayari sa mga buhay-buhay ninyo? Ay magbabayad ng gumawa ng research. Ang panglima is not explicitly provide reference to the research design. So, ayun. So, this would be samples of the research questions. What is the attitude towards work of senior high school students of families, beneficiaries, shall I say, families who are 4Ps or Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program beneficiaries. Next is senior high school students of Pantawid Pamilya Filipino Program families and their attitude toward works, the social media usage, processes, and relationship with senior high school student attention span in class. This would be a sample of research titles. Senior high school students' use of social media and their attention span. So, this would be an example of a research topic or research titles. Now, let's go to the background of the study. When we talked about background of the study, this is the description that leads the reader to understanding or to understand the research question and appreciate why they are asked. Ito yung background of the study. This would be a short description on your study. So, ito yung magsasabi na para saan itong research na ito. Anong bago? Anong meron sa research na ito? Bakit ko ginawang research na ito? So, dito yan ilalagay. Kasi nga eto, ang sinabi ko kanina before ako nag-start na ang background of the study, this would be the face of your research. This would be the page wherein you will tell a story to your reader. Na, oh, this would be my research. This is all about. This is what happened to the world. That's why I've conducted this research. This would be the current situation of the Philippines. The reason why there's a lot of students who did not pass. O, yung mga ganun na mga idea. So, that would be the story of the research. In writing this section, introduce and briefly define the variables under the study. In this area, you need to introduce your research to your reader and briefly define the variable. Ibigay mo doon kung ano ang research mo, ibigay mo ng konti, brief, na i-define mo yung variables mo. Konti lang. Huwag mong taasan. Brief lang. Introduce lang ng konti. Next is, cite the most important study or related literature. Always take note, guys, no? Na huwag kalimutan mag-cite ng mga citations, no? Kasi, ang iba sa atin nag-copy-paste, hindi nilagay ang citation. Nako, huwag yun. Dapat, kung sino talaga ang gumawa ng literature na yun, ilagay mo talaga kung sino yung gumawa ng idea na yon, no? So, ganun kasimple. And be consistent with terms used. Kung ano yung mga terminology na ginawa mo, be consistent. Huwag yung paiba-iba. Academic performance, learning style sa dulo, ay hindi yun pwede. Walang connection. So, pati reader mo, nalilito, ano ba talaga ang research na ito? No? Tinitingnan sa itaas, academic performance, ang pag-abot sa tumoy, abot naman sa learning style. Dili pwede. Kaya imuhang topic, it's all about the academic performance or the business, economic loss of the country. So, dili siya pwede nga, from cellphone mo, down ka dito shall I say, from academic performance mo to kag learning style. So, di pwede. Be consistent. No? And ensure that paragraphs are summarized unresolved issues, conflicting findings, social concerns, or educational, national, or international issues. Be in short, always take note na kung maghimo ka og background of the study, always nimo i-summarize. And unresolved issues. Kung usa mo itong mga di wala pa na-resolve na issues, butang nimo dito, lagay mo doon kuan nimo sa background of the study. Always take note na naka-summarize yung dapat. Importante good national and international issues. Then, very important. Huwag kalimutan, right in the last part, this would be my very interesting, this would be the very interesting part of the research with regards to the background of the study. Why? This line, this last paragraph will highlight of your research gap, the reason why you conducted that kind of research. So that's area you will type or you will put your own idea. Why did you conducted that type of research? So, for example, our research title is all about senior high school students' social media usage and their attention span in class. So, this would be a sample of background of the study. Over the past decade, social media has drastically increased its breadth in terms of the number of people who use it significantly. In fact, Facebook alone, as of January 2017, has reached a record high, approximately 1,850,000,000 active users as compared to 400 million in 2012, according to Smith 2017. This exponential increase in social media activity has fueled the interest of various researchers on the effects of social media usage. Social media are forms of electronic communication devices through which users create online communities to share information, ideas, personal messages, and other content, according to Merriam-Webster 2017. Due to this, several studies has examined the effects of social media on student academics, according to Matthew 2014, Johnson and Johnson 2016. It's a relationship with stress, according to Santos 2015, Ogchan 2016, and attention span, according to Microsoft Corporation 2014, and Jackson 2016. According to a study funded by Microsoft in 2014, people now generally lose concentration after 8 seconds, highlighting the effects of an increasingly digitalized lifestyle on the brain attention span as defined by Webster 2011. Is the amount of concentrated time a person can spend on a task without becoming distracted. Microsoft found that since the year 2000, the average attention span dropped from 12 seconds to 8 seconds. That is less than 9-second attention span of the average goldfish. In the Philippines, there is still a limited number of literatures that directly links the use of social media to attention span, especially those that look into the senior high school students and their ability to maintain concentration. Furthermore, the international researches conducted on this topic does not provide evidence that the results transcend through different cultural backgrounds and age groups. It is the highlight that the purpose of this study to determine whether social media usage possesses any significant relationship with the attention span of grade 12 students of the La Salle Araneta University. So, this would be the what I mean is, yun po ang sample ng background of the study. So ngayon, tingnan natin kung paano ginawa ang research background of the study. Ganito siya. On the first paragraph, which is the overpast decade, blah, 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 yung ito siya. Kung paano ito ginawa, kung paano ito ginawa, what do you notice about the opening paragraph, the background of the study? This is what we call narrative hook. What's a narrative hook, sir? Narrative hook is the time you are narrating. You're making a narration of the story. You're making a story and you narrate it to your readers. So, I have observed kung akong babasa nito, nakikita ko, wow, mapapawaw ako. Bakit? There is an anxiety with regards to social media usage. No? Imagine 2017, 1.8 billion yung gumamit ng Facebook active. So that's according to the research of Smith. So you are narrating already. You make you get already the attention of your reader on that particular way. Narrative hook, it serves the important function of drawing the reader into a study. Cause the reader to pay attention. When you narrate very well your background of the study, you can have the attention of your reader. They will not change the book they read, kumbaga. Kasi nakita na nila ang ganda ng research, hanggang sa dulo, basahin mo ito. Elicit emotional. They will draw an emotion to themselves and or even attitude, no? To the response. What would be the response? On the research site, spark of interest. There would be a spark of interest. Pag spark ko ng ilang interest, wow! Mapapawaw ka man talaga. Kasi, because you get already their attention. No? And encourage the reader to continue reading. Kung wapo lagi mong pagka-narrate sa imuhang story, mong reader, di yun mawala sa imong research. Until the end of the research, your reader is still there. Natay pasunod na gusto na kong on how to hook or on how to narrate your background in the study. Una, statistical data. Di ba? More than 50% of the adult population experience depression today. It's look like this. In narrating your background of the study, always put a data. Statistic data, yung concrete na statistical data, yung involved yung number. Kasi we talked about statistical data is number. It's a numerical number, numerical data. So, it's more than 50%. So, nakita mo wow, mapapawaw. Ganito pala kalaki ang usage ng active users ng Facebook ng 2017? Ganun pala kalaki. So, makikita na kagad na interest. And, natay provocative questions. No? Why are school policies that ban smoking in high school not being enforced? Natay mga questions. Always take note, nablagyan natin ng question. Bakit kaya? Ganito, ganyan. Ilagay mo doon sa introduction of the study nimo. Sa background of the study or the introduction. And there should be a clear need for research. Dito, ilagay mo bakit kailangan ang research. Bakit mo i-conduct ang research? For example, school suspension is drawing increased attention among educational researchers. And lastly, to the intent or purpose of the study. Your intent or your purpose to examine how clients construe the rapist-client relationship. So, in this time, your intent, kung bakit mo conduct ng research na ito. Kasi meron man talaga tayong purpose, bakit tayo nag-research na ganyan. No? And, now let's go to the statement of the problem. So any question with the background of the study, you may ask me or PM me, no? I-PM nyo na lang to kay, dali naman tubag. So, my Facebook naman is given naman sa inyo. Personal message lang. So, this one would be the statement of the problem. This section contains the purpose or the statement and the researcher's questions. This time, yung mga paano tayo gumawa ng statement of the problem or SOP. Paano gawin yung mga questions? So, ganito yan. So, this study or research aims to blank make congruent with title. Dapat, ang ato ang research, ang ato ang question, dapat naka-congruent na dito sa ato ang title. So, this study, blah, 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 aims to, ang saman to talk about, blah, blah. Next is especially, na mga examples na sa later on. So, especially, this research or study seek to answer the following questions. Una, phrase questions with data to be collected in mind. Phrase the questions with the data. So, i-phrase mo or rephrase mo yung questions mo according to the data na gusto mo i-collect. Siyempre, ikaw yung mag-research. Kailangan mo ng data. Ano yung mga i-collect mo na data? Dapat ang mga data na i-collect mo related din doon sa research mo. Ano, basi mag-questions ka about dito, maglahi mong i-questions about academic performance sa imuhang abot nung ka sa learning style. Wag, ipulos imong question. No? Answer the question and rephrase question. If your intended answer does not match the question, pwede mo siyang i-rephrase. Kung sa tanaw nimo, it is impossible to connect your question to your topic. So, hindi yun pwede. No? So, you may rephrase it. So, example of the statement of the problem, this study generally aims to determine if senior high school students or students' use of social media possesses significant relationship with their attention span in class. Especially, this study shall seek answer to the following questions. Una, what is the level of social media usage of grade 12 students of De La Salle Araneta University in terms of, una, forms of social media. Pangalawa, frequency of social media use, mode of social media use. Next is, what is the attention span in class of grade 12 students in De La Salle University, De La Salle Araneta University? Next is, if your research is ganito, ang research mo man talaga dito is a correlational research design, so is there a significant relationship between frequency of social media use and the attention span of grade 12 students of De La Salle Araneta University? So in that way, in this presentation, naipakita ko sa inyo on how to create a statement of a problem. So always take note na statement of the problem, muna siya ang section na nag-contain sa purpose or our purpose statement and our research questions. No? Another example is research question, does a senior high school student's academic performance in math have any association with his or her stress tolerance? So, this study generally aims to determine if a senior high school student's academic performance in mathematics have any association with his or her stress tolerance. Specifically, this study shall seek answer to the following questions. Pwede ka rin maghanap ng na demographic profile. Okay din yun. So, first question, what is the demographic profile of the grade 11 students of De La Salle? So, tingnan mo muna. Siyempre, una, babaeng lalaki. kitsa gyud maayo sa ila sa kitsa gyud kanang nila, o sino talaga yung mas mataas o mas magaling sa math, babae o lalaki. Pwede ring sino ba ang mas magaling, baka mas magaling si Humes kaysa kay STEM with regards to math. Then final grades in general mathematics, tingnan mo rin kung yung mga final grades nila. So pwede ganun. Pwede kunin mo demographic profile. So if it is not need na kunin mo pa yung demographic profile, huwag mo nang kunin. As lang din yan. Next is, what is the level of stress tolerance of grade 11 students of De La Salle Araneta University? Another, is there a significant relationship between De La Salle Araneta University grade 11 students' final grade in general mathematics and their level of stress tolerance? So, another correlational research design. Another question, what traits of a professor do senior high school students consider important? This study generally aims to identify the traits or characteristics of a professor that senior high school students believe are important. So specifically, this study shall seek answers to the following questions. First, demographic profile. Pwede. Professor Man, grade level, Ogstrand, 11-12. Then, what is the degree of importance of the following traits of the professor according to senior high school student? Physical appearance, intelligence, humor, strictness, and communication. Take note na itong lahat, the physical appearance, intelligence, your rumors, this would be part of your what? Always part of your variables. Mga indicators mo ito sila. No? Huwag kang maglagay din dyan na hindi part of the research. This physical appearance, for example, intelligence, humor, strictness, and communication skills is always part of the research questions. Huwag ka talagang mawala sa research questions mo, ha? O shall I say sa imuhang research title? Ang last is, is there significant difference between male students' preferred professional traits and the female students? So, pwede ganun din. So, another one, can we and new packaging improve the selling power of usang product? Halimbawa, battery. This generally aims to determine that a new packaging can improve the selling power of the battery. Specifically, this study shall seek answer to the following questions. First, what is the packaging preferences of the generic o sa butang product imong gusto ibaligya of the De La Salle students in terms of first, color, material, shape, and size? O, part pag gina siya, sila. And what is the level of selling power? So, battery. So, prior to the challenge, always take note na kanilagi sila si color, material, shape, size, prior to the change of packaging, mga indicators na nimo dito sa imuhang research topic. Tapos, so much for that. So, maraming mga research title, maraming mga statement of the problem na mga example. So, what you are going to do is to search, tingnan nyo lang, baka makakita kayo ng mga magagandang research statement of the problem. Basta always take note na dapat ang statement of the problem connected sa atong title. Di juga mawala din sa mong title, ha? Always be connected. No? Now, let's look back, identifying inquiry and stating the problem and its background. Consider the following for discussion. Differentiate the following terms: topic, research problem, purpose, statement, and research questions. So, ito yung mga ko, pero mamaya ko na ito bibigay sa inyo. No? I will be sending it na lang through the Google Classroom. So, right now, we will be talking about the significance of the study. Unsa man ang significance of the study? Significance of the study is the state that the audience who will benefit from a study of the problem and explains how exactly will the result be significant to them. Oh, significance of the study. In writing these sections, in paragraph form, cite beneficiaries. Ano yung significance of the study? Muna siya, this part, ito yung part, kumbaga, pagkikita. Ano ba yung maitutulong ng studying ito? Halimbawa, for teachers, for student, kay principal, kay parents, sa administration, sa eskwelahan, sa community. So, this is the time you will tell your reader na ito yung mga pwedeng maitulong ng research na ito sa particular kung asan mo gusto. No? Yun siya. Then, for each beneficiary, group specifically describe how it will benefit from the findings. Next is significance of the study. Ito yung mga example. The study will able to contribute research-based data and knowledge in possible relationship between senior high school students' use of social media and their attention span. Furthermore, the society in general can inform decisions that are relevant to this area. What will be the general contribution of your research as a whole? Butan dyan ka dito. Contribution sa research. So that should be the example. Next is, which group of people specifically benefit from the study and how exactly? No? Ilagay mo sa mga tao, no? Halimbawa, ito, more specifically, study shall be beneficial to the various groups of people. First, students. Not only in the senior high school level can use the information which the study will produce, regulate, and be more responsible their use of social media to hopeful improve their performance and concentration in class. So, you are giving a what? You are giving to the group of people, specifically to the student, the benefit of your research and how exact is, kung gaano ka-eksakto ang research mo para sa kanila. For teachers and professional, parents, and everything. Kung kanino. Sa group of people. Number 4 is the scope and the limitation. Ito very easy. Scope. No? This presents the coverage of the research in terms of location, time, respondents, etc., and potential weakness of the problem with the study identified by the researcher. Scope and the limitation, ito yung time or section na ibigay mo kung kanino lang dapat or sino ba dapat ang part sa iyong research. Halimbawa, you're talking about the senior high school of the Central Mindanao Colleges, school year 2020-2021. So, kanila, or kanila mga estudyante na sa grade 11, o grade 11 pag yun. So, grade 11 lang kami na school year. So, ito sila ang mga respondents. So, that's the scope and the limitation. Kung unsay cover sa imuhang research, what the researcher does not intend to do. No? A researcher must appreciate that the researcher must define limitations and inform others about what this limits. In writing this section, cite data collection. Always, mag-cite juga data collection. Next is identify school involved, number of classes, their grades or year level, number of participants or respondents or subjects, and topics of the lesson covered. Meaning to say, in this area, you will put everything. Ilagay mo dyan, sa grade 11, 24 lang kabuok ang pwedeng mag-answer sa instrument, sa research questions or katong questionnaire. Ang mga grade 11 lang sa section Bahamas. So, that would be the perfect writing on this section on the scope of the limitations. State inadequate measures of variable, loss or lack of participants, small sample size, errors in measurements, and other factors typically related to the data collection and analysis. Scope and delimitation, example, the study is a correlation research focusing on the association between the use of the social media and attention span of 50 senior high school students of De La Salle Araneta University under the Humanities and Social Sciences strands in first term of the academic year 2017-2018. Furthermore, the study delimits itself to attention span in class and will not attempt to measure this variable in other environment. Social media use will be delimited to the use of social networking sites and exclude the use of the internet by the respondents for educational purposes. So, in this time, nakikita mo kung sino lang ang kasali. Tingnan mo, 50 lang sa De La Salle, mga YUMS lang, di ba? Kompleto. So, para asa lang ba? Scope. Identify the boundaries of the study in terms of the respondent, objective, facilities, area, time frame, and the issues to which the research is focused. And the delimitation is state the limiting factors or the study of the geographic location, age, sex, population size, and everything. So, that's all for today. So, kung may mga tanong kayo, mga estudyante kong mga buutan, do not to hesitate to call, to text, to chat, or PM me, no? Kung may mga tanong kayo about problem and its background. So much for today. Yan lang muna. Before that, always i-remind sa inyo na ang inyong research title, isubmit na yung taon ninyo, no? Ay magkahadlok itong mag-submit. Some of you, especially sa Algiers, almost ako natapos sa Algiers, pero other sections hindi pa. So, I would like to encourage everyone na to submit though we are inflexible right now, hindi na magbibigay ng mga timeline kung kailan submit, pero hindi talaga ako magbibigay ng grades. Pag wala kayong research title, hindi kayo makapag-defense. No? Kasi meron na talaga tayong title defense. So much for that. So, guys, I will be posting the research question, the quiz in your Google Classroom. So, kung may mga tanong kayo, i-PM nyo lang ako. Good luck, God bless everyone, and see you again next meeting. Bye-bye.